Hello. Hello. Today I'm going to be walking my assassin all the way to Ascalon City. I'm certainly not going to be running because I won't be running past everything. I'll actually be playing the game. Which, isn't hard for a level 20 assassin with heroes, but, it's certainly not going to be fast or anything. guess I could just run dash here. Really know what to run. This dash would be fun. Yeah, dash should be really useful. Hey, Teacup Taxi! Yeah, like, I just like, walking through and playing the game and whatnot. I did that with both my warrior and my elementalist. Though admittedly, running from Ascalon City to LA is really easy if you are already level 20. That helps a lot. Gotta put passion on here. Yeah. Usually this is a defensive skill like critical defense or something else, but I don't really need a defensive skill here, so might as well run faster, right? Yeah, that's the one thing that I've realized about Guild Wars is that compared to Guild Wars 2, there is just a lot of area that just feels like completely uninhabited. Like a couple days ago I did the Draknar run from Beacon's Perch. There is so much between Beacon's Perch to the camp to Draknar's that just doesn't exist in Guild Wars 2. It's like, holy cow, there's literally nothing here but like giants and mountain trolls and like enemies and wildlife. And then maybe you find a house that has nobody around. Which certainly feels a lot different from Guild Wars 2, where it's like, oh, here's a fort, and here's a town, and here's a town, and here's. It's a lot more desolate, and that's kind of a cool thing that only Guild Wars has. Yeah. Exactly. It's... I find it more fun to explore all these different, like, locations in Guild Wars compared to Guild Wars 2. Just cause... Just cause it feels like we're in a place that we shouldn't be, that people shouldn't normally be in. Compared to Guild Wars 2, where, you know, you show up to a like, even with Visions of Eternity, you show up to a place the first time, there's already a camp there, right? Like in Starlit Weld, there's already a camp with a waypoint set up. Oh, there's a camp here. There's a camp here. There's a camp here. It doesn't feel like we're exploring anything. We're kind of waiting for people to do the thing that for us, so that we can come in afterwards. Yeah. Where it's like, especially here, from Beacon's Perch through Deldrimore through Anvil Rock to Icetooth Cave. Icetooth Cave just feels like a random cave. Hey, here's this random cave that we can like get out of, you know, get out of the elements for like a quick second, and then you keep going. Like, oh, Deldrimore Bowl is full of like minotaurs and not minotaurs, but centaurs. And it's like we have to fight through this like indigenous landscape that they're protecting, even though we're in like dwarven lands. Like the dwarves aren't all the way out here. It certainly is a vibe. Armpits. Oh yeah, that too. Yeah. Yeah. I've never actually done Guam before or any of the Vanquisher quests or whatnot, but eventually. Eventually I'd like to do stuff like that. I'm currently just working on, because I can, because it exists in the game, I'm currently working on getting Legendary Defender of Ascalon on every single Prophecy's profession. Because why not? But constantly grinding bandits on stream is just not fun. That's the mindless type of stuff that you do off stream. Do what you like. Oh, exactly. That's the coolest thing about Guild Wars. It's not just like, oh, you do this because you have to. No, it's you do it because you want to, and that was something that I really struggled with in Guild Wars 2, where it's like it felt like I couldn't enjoy the game until I had to do this specific thing, but then what's the point in playing Guild Wars 2, right? I had to learn how to enjoy the game before I could play the game, so to speak. Um, and now I've got a much healthier relationship with Guild Wars 2. Like, one of the things I want to do is I want to make a hero. I want to make a hero team where it's just 4 elementalists all using ice spells. Because why the heck not? That just sounds fun to me. I'm not going the right way, but who cares? Does this go? Yeah. Or does this lead to a dead end? I think this is a dead end. keeps going over. Yeah, like, I remember at one point, I was like, I want to build for Weaver, because at the time, Path of Fire was out, and I had just gotten it, and I was really interested in using a sword on an elementalist, and Weaver was the only way you could do that at the time. But Weaver is like still the hardest elite specialization in the game to play in the game, like, to date. And it was even harder back then. And so I'm like, okay, how do I play Weaver? Well, I go and I look up a build, and I stumble upon this YouTube content creator named Lord Heezen, who has all of the solo open world builds for everything, all of the classes. And he says, use this build. And I go, and I eventually am able to make the build. And it's amazingly fun. Well, then a problem arises, where it took me a while to get all of the gear for it. And he says, here, I've updated the build. You now have to use these different set of stats. And I'm like, great, I have to recreate the build again because I don't have the appropriate stats in my armor. And I was just like, well, what's the point of playing the game if I don't have legendary everything, if builds are gonna hinge on switching stats so often? It was like the original build used Viper stats and the updated build used Trailblazer stats. That's an entirely separate stat line. And so I got it into my mind where it's like, I can't enjoy the game until I have legendary everything. And so what would happen over years, where I would play Guild Wars 2 for about 2 weeks, I'd get really interested in playing Guild Wars 2, and then I would look at the one legendary that I was going after, see the incredibly giant list of stuff to do, and I would burn out immediately. This happened for about, like, 5 years. Until eventually I saw somebody else. I watched somebody else who I followed play it, and he was having tons of fun with it. I was like, okay, if he's having fun with it, what am I doing wrong? And I literally had to, like, rethink how I went about playing Guild Wars 2. And what I ended up doing was I accidentally ended up instituting the 1% rule, where I just section everything off and I look at one thing and I go, okay, how do I do that one thing? And I just do that one thing. And if that one thing can be done, then it's done. And then I work on that one thing. And then I just do the next thing. And because I did that, I was able to enjoy the game a lot more. And I was able to complete my first legendary, like, 5 years after starting it, which was the Shining Blade. Six months after I got the Shining Blade, I was able to get Incinerator as well. Because I'm able to enjoy the game, and it just works for me. But yeah, now because Reforged came out, I'm playing Reforged because Guild Wars is fun. It's starting to read. I saw a speed run of Prophecies. I'm starting to realize that speed run went specifically these caves, which I did not realize. Has to play. That's fair. That's completely fair. It's like, oh, there's like so much to do, but you know, when you only have so much time. I can understand it, especially with how legendaries work in Guild Wars 2, because it's like, oh, that's the thing that takes, you know, months to do, and you have to play the game every day in order to get it done. It's just like I can totally understand why somebody wouldn't want to do that, as opposed to playing Guild Wars 1, where you just play whenever, right? Oh, what do I need to do? I want to get Warrior's Endurance on Warrior. Okay, what do? You play the game. Alright. I'll take that white die, thank you. Yeah, and I think that's really cool. It's like, here's this way that the developers of the game couldn't force anyone to do. Here's this way of playing the game that just people choose to do. It's kind of like the thing with pre-searing characters. I don't think they ever expected people to like be full pre-searing, but because they just created the game in the way they did, now you have people at this point doing Legendary Survivor of Ascalon, which is just an insane thought of getting Legendary Survivor in pre-searing Ascalon. Insane thought. People do that. Not just one person, multiple people have done it. Because just because they can and because they want to. Roguelikes like PoE just pop something like exactly. Exactly. It's the same thing with Balatro. It's the same thing with Slay the Spire. It's kind of the same thing with games like Legends of Runeterra. Where it's just like, I have enough time to do this one thing. Exactly, that's the thing that I was kind of surprised about. Where it's like this... The Char Salvage Kit. When I was leveling characters up to level 14, which is... No, is it 14 or 15? No, it's 14. When I was leveling characters up to level 14, I would get multiple Char Salvage Kits. I'm like, I have no clue what I'm going to do with these. Go sell them. Go sell them for like 10k. Because there will be people that buy them for 10k. But the moment you leave pre-searing with that character, instantly useless. Instantly nothing. Only in pre is that Char Salvage Kit like that expensive. It's true. Yeah! It's Char Salvage Kits are an insane item because it's the only item that allows you to apply to salvage upgrades so that you can apply those upgrades to your armor. Guys, the kits, the bags, I have a level 13 there. Yeah. This is a dead end. Going. Wait, is that a dead end? Oh yeah, that is a dead end. Where am I going? Go through here. No, this is the wrong way. Oh, I need to go down. Even the birthday presents have a specific economy in pre-searing because the only way you can get birthday presents is by having a character in pre-searing long enough to get birthday presents. So yeah, pre-searing is what happened in pre-searing is a pretty crazy thing. But I can kind of it makes sense because pre-searing is one of the prettiest areas in the entire game. I'd say the only thing that compares to how pretty pre-searing is Xingje Island. And that's it. That's it. Be stuck for a mini Eye of Janthier. Hey man, the Eye of Janthier is purple. It's not no white mini, it's a purple mini. Of course it's something to get psyched about. See those 3 ice golems over there? That's the reason why I want to have 4 water magic heroes. Because these ice golems exist. This has a similar look that I like. Yeah! Mansions was a bear. Yup! You know it's so cursed? It's still hard to get I am unstoppable. Because you have to fight a ritual Lord Griffin, and it's just like, what do I do? I don't know how to do it. I'm just a warrior. How do I do this? Yep. Oh wait, no, I am unstoppable stops knockdowns. It doesn't stop slows. Slows are stopped by shadow form. Friggin' ward against melee, my bane. I wonder, are there any Mesmer runners? Or is that just like impossible? It's not fantastic. Yeah, I kind of figured. I was like, I was doing Gwen's story, and I saw illusion of haste. I was like, could Mesmer's run? Oh, god damn it. To warrior monk. Yeah. Any slash assassin works if you use Eye of the North skills. That sounds about right. That sounds like an assassin thing to do. Oh. Oh. Like. Oh, this way. You know what? That's the best thing I could have heard in my entire life. Premium background noise for doing daily tasks and whatnot. Skills you have access to. Oh. Level 1 Dervish Runner? Dude. Why? Why? Where am I? I wasn't able. Level 1 warrior monk. Back in the day, along with racing each other zone. Yeah, I noticed that a couple days ago. With the you were running with that dervish, right? Grindage is just 4, isn't it? Should probably skip Grindage, but I don't care. Yeah. So one thing I've noticed about Guild Wars 1 is that Warrior Monk seems to be more popular than Monk by itself. And maybe that's I'm thinking that's why Guardian exists in Guild Wars 2. Because Monk by itself is kinda whatever. Same thing with Paragon. Paragon by itself is just kind of a whatever class. But it is not highly played. Yeah, I saw builds for Judgment Strike Hammer Monk. Which, honestly, considering a good random arena troll build. Yeah. I think what they tried to do with Guardian is that they saw how people were. I think they saw how much people liked playing Whammo, and then they decided to make Whammo a thing instead of Monk in Guild Wars 2. However, instead of making Whammo, they made Moa. They made Monk Warrior instead of Warrior Monk. I'm still a little bit iffy on playing Hammer Warrior, or Hammer anything for that matter. This is the wrong way. But what's I saying? Oh yeah, I've kind of always struggled with hammer builds because hammer is just a much heavier, slower weapon for warrior. And also considering all of the different like scythe and dagger builds that it seems like people have just completely shoehorned into different professions. Like the dagger spammer monk build I spotted. Like it's 80. Yeah. I've never really liked Guardian. Maybe because I could never like really understand how to play effectively. Between Guardian's really weird, well, before really weird, like not having any direct Condi weapons compared to always having access to burning for whatever reason. And then there was, and then, you know, Guardian not having the coolest elite specializations. And that was all the way up until actually this most recent expansion. With Luminary, where they made Luminary like incredibly fun. Luminaries is crazy fun actually, because they changed Luminaries. Virtue of Justice to give quickness instead of apply burning. And it has quickness and it has alacrity and it's a power build that can actually support as well. Luminary is crazy fun. Which kind of I've never really felt about Guardian before. Hammer swap. Daggers, hammer, sword. Was that for Spellbreaker? Because it's actually a really good build. Hammer is surprisingly good on Warrior in Guild Wars 2. Yeah, that's fair. I actually, I decided for some reason. I can't look. Okay, I can look later. I decided for some reason to make like random assassin warrior builds. Just cause. I was like, man, sword kind of sucks, but the hammer one and the axe one is actually really fun. Especially axe, because triple chop, cyclone axe, whirlwind is really effective. Nice. So yeah, I have this axe build, which only this build specifically does not work on warrior. Cyclone axe triple chop is too expensive for warrior. To run without warrior's endurance. And if you're running warrior's endurance, you're not running triple chop. But yeah, this is a really fun axe build that I concocted. Then you have Dismember for the deep wound, Malicious Strike because Malicious Strike. One thing I really noticed about warrior that's kind of cursed is that warrior's increased attack speed is not easy to get. It's either you oh, you take double damage, or you have a downside, or it's an elite skill. Like, even with Drunken Master, it's like, oh, I need alcohol in order to take full advantage of Drunken Master, which kind of sucks. Drunken Master is still, like, the best increased attack speed stance, but you still have to drink. And it's like, it's either that, or 7 weapon stance, which is an elite skill locked behind having a certain item that you can only acquire in a specific event once a year. Which is also kind of just like, well, like, even with something like Dwarven Battle Stance, in order to have Dwarven Battle Stance, like perma Dwarven Battle Stance uptime, you need Dwarven Stability at max rank. So even that's kinda cursed. Whereas, like, Assassin and Dervish and Ranger have... Oh, Assassin has critical agility. The freest attack speed buff ever. Friggin' Dervish has... What is it called? It's a... I forget what it's called. Heart of Holy Flame or something like that? Where it's just an unconditional plus 25% increased attack speed. Ranger has Never Rampage Alone, which, as long as you have a pet, is the freest, like, 25% increased attack speed ever. The Warrior? Oh no, we can't have increased movement speed and increased attack speed at the same time without a downside. No, we need Primal Rage to be both an elite skill and an upgraded frenzy. No, no, no. It's just like, woof. Oof. Even. Assassin. Oh yeah, Enraged Smash. Sounds about right. I'll have to eventually get Earthshaker on Assassin. It's what? Crude Swing, Whirlwind Attack, Daggering Blow, Earthshaker, Ring Smash. Probably the way to go. Go sit in place mode. Yeah. I remember once I got Defy Pain, I was just like, screw it. I can't handle the decreased move speed. Just give me Frenzy and I'll just run Defy Pain. Just give me Defy Pain. I'll run Defy Pain and then I'll just use whatever weapon I want. Smile. So, speaking of Warrior, now that I've gotten my assassin to Ascalon City, I think I will do one mission on Warrior. Because in order to get to... Now I need to get Warrior's Endurance. And the only way to do that is by playing the game and doing missions. This time, I will run Dwarf. Apparently Counterblow is really good on Dwarf. So rough. Yep. It is super rough. See, that's the crazy thing about Primal Rage. All Primal Rage needed to do was increase attack speed and increase movement speed, and that's it. And they couldn't do that without slapping the Frenzy debuff on it. It's just like, man... Battle Rage is super fun. I've had fun just running around with Battle Rage and spamming adrenal skills, but then you don't have increased attack speed because there are 0 increased attack speed skills for Warrior that aren't stances. It feels like Battle Rage should be better. It feels like Battle Rage should be the side grade to Warrior's Endurance, but it's not. Oh well. Wasn't a downside. Yep. Yeah, it's like, admittedly, 7 weapon stance is probably like one of the best skills Warrior has ever received in the entire game. But even then, it still doesn't compare to what Assassin and Dervish can do. I don't know, I feel like maybe this is just a me thing. It feels like the classes that I want to play are never good. They're just always either the hardest thing to play or the worst thing to play, and there's like no in between. Time for new additions. Yeah, because they're actively updating the game. That would be so nice to see just some very incredibly minor buffs to Warrior. This is not so to do tank. Just to aggro. True. I used to play way back in the day when Fort Aspenwood existed. I used to play a sword defy pain tank. And I would just run around and become impossible to kill. Because they have Wild Blow, I forgot. Yeah. I remember getting on a number of years ago, seeing Fort Aspenwood just completely dead. I was like, man, this was the place. This used to be the place.
Gods. How long have you been out here, man?
I don't know. Since my unit was taken at the end of the last Guild War, I think. Since the sky rained fire and destroyed Ascalon.
You've been here since the searing? That's over 2 years. Are there others?
Yes, the remnants of my unit. The Flaming Scepter mages.
Soldiers who have been slaves since the end of the war?
They're being held in the ruins of the old capital, Draskir.
Then we go to Draskir.
My lord, night is falling. If we don't head for the wall now, we may all be captured.
I understand the dangers, but Balthazar be damned if I allow those soldiers to remain slaves to the Char.
I can show you where they are being held.
Very good. We head north then, to Draskir.
Just to... Yeah. Okay. was kind of scary. A little bit. Just a wee bit. What, that group? We can't fight those? Can't fight them? Is that what you're saying? Nice.
Quickly, this way.
That was close.
Closer than I'd hoped. This portal will take us to the academy at Nolani. From there, we can make it to the wall and cross over to Rin. We should hurry. The magical wards will hold back the Char, but not for long.
Wait, my lord. Come look at what I have found.
Is that?
Yes, my prince. I believe it is the mouthpiece for the fabled horn, Stormcaller. With this weapon, we could destroy the Char once and for all. Ascalon could be saved.
I have heard the stories of the horn's magic, but let us not be too hasty. If this is what you say it is, then we must get it to Rin. We'll see for ourselves how much power this Stormcaller has. Come, we'll take this to my father, King Adalbern. Surely he will know if discovering this weapon is our salvation, or simply too late. Either way, staying here will surely be the death of us. Quickly, through the portal!
Okay. That will be all for now. That's yeah, that's all I got for now. Anyway, thank you for watching.